Hello everybody, my name is Carmen Ketron. I am the Clemson Extension Urban Horticulture Agent for Florence and Darlington counties, and today I'm at one of my absolute favorite places, Kalmia Gardens. And I get to be here today with Lucy Contreras, the new Assistant Director for Kalmia Gardens. Lucy, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for coming today, Carmen. We are so glad to have you at Kalmia Gardens of Coker University. This is a wonderful garden to experience throughout the entire year. And just like with any garden, you can have a great time in the spring, the summer, the fall, and of course in the winter. And what we are looking at now are some of our winter flowering plants. But it's not just flowers that bring you to the gardens in the winter, but it is definitely something neat to see.
Yes, I love it. And one of the best things that we can do is look at all the different parts of the plants. But tell me a little bit about what we can see right now in winter at Kalmia.
Absolutely. So there are a few things that are absolutely amazing right now. One of them is Edgeworthia or paper bush, which is just starting to flower. We still have a lot of flower buds on them right now. Since they are a plant that like growing in the shade, they can certainly light up a shady area with those white flower buds. They also have an intense fragrance, which is absolutely amazing. So you might smell the plant before you realize that it's flowering. Another thing that we have flowering now is Prunus mume, or the flowering apricots, and they are another super early flowerer that you get to experience and just love in the winter. And we have a cultivar called Kabai, which is flowering, and it has semi-double flowers and is also quite fragrant. You can also catch the Japanese camellias, or Camellia japonica, many different cultivars that are flowering now, like Pink Perfection.
How gorgeous. And you would say that Kalmia has a whole collection of beautiful different color double bloom camellias still rocking and rolling probably till March?
Absolutely. With the camellias, they will flower. They won't all flower at the same time. The different cultivars will flower at different times. So even just walking through, I will see some that have heavy bud set for their flowers that haven't quite opened yet. So we'll be able to look forward to them as the winter moves on. So I am cautiously optimistic to say that even in March, we will still have some flowering.
Sometimes the best part about our trees and shrubs and things like that is when there's the absence of some stuff, so you can really appreciate things like bark. Anything like that we can kind of take a look at?
Absolutely. The winter is a perfect time to really appreciate those parts of the plants. So things like crepe myrtles and sycamores, they have really beautiful bark, and while they have that year round, you can appreciate it a lot more in the winter when there is less to see.
Yes. And in winter, one of the big things that I always try to do, not because I'm just a lazy gardener, but because I'm doing it for the nature of it all, is leave a lot of our plants. And so here, when I walk through in winter, I see a lot of stuff that is left for the birds almost. Was that intentional?
Exactly. And you can definitely use it as an excuse to get out of some yard work, but you can go and leave stems, especially on some plants like Helianthus angustifolius or swamp sunflower, and that is your own natural bird feeder to attract the birds to your yard, and they will eat those seed heads. You can do other things like, again, not cutting back, and with that, you will also provide some habitat for overwintering insects. Sometimes in those stems, you can leave the leaves, and that will provide some overwintering habitat too, and also a natural mulch if you move it into your beds.
And that's wonderful. Kalmia is not only a gorgeous place to see beautiful plants, but also see sustainable and intentional gardening practices. It kind of makes me so excited. And that's why I know the birds here are abundant in winter. Do you have a lot of bird watchers?
We do. We are definitely a great place to see neotropical migrant birds.
Yes, I love it. And even with all the stuff that's budding now, I know there's more to come. What else can we look forward to?
That's a great question. So things like the flowering quince or chinomelies are starting. There are things like the magnolias, specifically the saucer and star magnolias, Magnolia excellengiana and Magnolia stellata. And if we look even a little bit further, we'll have things like the azaleas that are going to be flowering a little bit later on.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, I would be remiss if we didn't get to talk a little bit about the namesake Kalmia.
Yes, Kalmia Gardens is named after Kalmia latifolia, or the mountain laurel, and we have them growing along our 60-foot bluff, and we even have a Kalmia loop. So you can walk through, and the way that we have it maintained is like you're walking through a tunnel of these beautiful mountain laurel, and they tend to flower in May, so that is going to be really great.
Oh, and that's going to be so excellent to see. And it's one of the kind of a specialty specimen that you can't really see anywhere else on this side of the state. So how exciting. Lucy, thank you so much for having us today. If others wanted to get any more information on how to visit, things happening, where do we go?
Thank you so much for visiting us. They can head to our website, kalmiagardens.org, where they can find out more about what's going on. They can scroll down to the bottom if they'd like and sign up for our newsletter, The Laurel Branch. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page, so if you search Kalmia Gardens, follow us there and you will stay in the loop.
Lucy, thank you so much for reminding us that it's great to be in the garden, even in winter.